You got the iPad. Figure it out. This is the new thing. It's the new challenge. Figure it out. You feel me? The economy's in the fucking shitter. Figure it out. You got ways to make money on the internet. Nigga, figure it out. You feel what I'm saying? GMO. Now we got GMO in the food. Nigga, figure it out. You know? Everybody trying to figure this shit out. COVID. Niggas had to go through COVID.
Brainrot content is literally making the next generation look like something out of Idiocracy. Dumb, dopamine destroying, attention span numbing clips, GTA Subway Surfers clips with random Family Guy moments and flashy edits. All of this garbage is becoming a cancer on society. But what are the effects this content is having on Generation Alpha, who are currently being born and raised with this stuff in the most formative developing
Oh no, wait.
Generation Alpha, who are currently being born and raised with this.
Damn, am I cooked? I feel like I'll be doing this. I feel like I'll do shit on my phone. Like I'll scroll on my phone while doing something else. Damn.
Stuff in the most formative developing years. What will society look like in 20 years time when Generation Alpha grows up with this content leaving a foundational impact on their brains? Well, in this video we're going to be going over the true damage brainrot content is having on Generation Z and Generation Alpha. And so to begin, we need to understand its impact from the beginning. Brainrot comes in different ways, but the common factor is that we are trading our normal real-life practices with what we find on the internet. We seem oblivious that we are replacing our basic life decisions with quick, easy solutions without checking if it's from a sound source. Now, of course, not everything on the internet is accurate, and based on each case, it could do more harm than good. And this is the start of Brainrot. It replaces essential needs.
You need your team, but she's lost in emails. He's consumed by a duck. You lose them for hours.
Before we know it, we're scrolling through whichever platform, taking in so much trivial information that ultimately is useless to us. But today in 2024, brainrot has taken a whole new level, and the real victims of this are kids. As we all know, most parents today are tired from working. They come home late, tired and exhausted.
Why is it blurry?
Want to slump on the sofa. And yet if they have a crying toddler, the simple solution is to put on something entertaining for their toddler so that mum and dad can relax. And so they'll put on a show like CoComelon. Now parents aren't necessarily trained to take a closer look at what they're watching. Parents just want to do the chores, get the dishes done, and it's taken for granted that CoComelon is safe. After all, they've got tens of millions of subscribers. Every other kid watches this stuff. And whilst we're not saying CoComelon in and of itself is a terrible thing, it's the way it's designed and how it's the tip of a rabbit hole that really starts to do damage on children's minds. You see, the show, like many YouTube channels, is designed to keep your child's attention, which means there are constant picture changes every couple of seconds. But what is your toddler learning? Well, nothing but nursery rhymes and a YouTube addiction. But at such a young age, this constant picture change, with flashy edits, constant zooms, crazy over-the-top voices, is more than what a baby can usually process. So the brain has to do everything it can to deal with all of this stimulation. Instead of learning through touch, feel, experiences, and even through the reassuring sound of mum's voice, it's replaced with a screen showing bright colors and setting up the mind for the new normal. Overstimulation. And this is from the very beginning of their lives. This content is so addictive, and the beginning of a nasty rabbit hole that parents are completely oblivious to. And this overstimulation can't be overstated for little kids. There's already been a bunch of controversy with Mr. Beast himself, as this overstimulation has the same effect as
Bro, get off Mr. Beast's dick, bro. He makes bangers, bro. Like, y'all don't talk about niggas who do TV and movies and shit like that. I know niggas who are addicted to movies, bro. All they want to do is watch movies, the same movies over and over again. Like, you feel me? We're all fighting for niggas' attention. This is a game that niggas created. Whoever created social media, this is what y'all created in the 2010s. Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, even before that. What was it? I don't know what the old ass social media is, Facebook and shit like that. This is the word that y'all created. He just mastered it. Don't get mad at him for being elite at the game that y'all created. Y'all created this game. The people that created social media know how dangerous social media is. They understand, oh, okay, my kids only get 15 minutes a day. Cool. The people that made crack, they know how dangerous crack is. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying we shouldn't acknowledge it, but this is the world that y'all created, so we gonna have to deal with it. You know, we deal, like, bro, I live in Harlem. I see a plethora of crackheads. I see a plethora of people addicted to sugar. Everybody in my house is addicted to sugar. My dad's addicted to coffee. My mom's addicted to sugar. Like, you feel me? And I don't want to get too much into detail about what be going on in niggas' lives, but bro, niggas is addicted to this, niggas addicted to that, niggas addicted to sex. It's just like as time goes on and we get more access and technology, there's gonna be more things. To whom much is given, much is required. To whom much is given, much discipline is required. And so, you know, this is the world we live in. Like, what can you do? You just gotta protect yourself.
Street drugs for children. The brain is thrown into the deep water of what it is processing, and it's exhilarating and exciting, but to what end? And you see, this is just the start. As we all know, and as we've mentioned on this YouTube channel before, there is a new phenomenon known as the iPad kids, where the go-to for parents nowadays is to give their kid an iPad to keep them entertained, because now the child has been taught that this is how entertainment should be. Take it away from them and all hell breaks loose, because the brain is bored and has no sense of what normal life should actually be like. Lots of children are no longer able to be in real reality, present, and grounded in nature. They have to have overstimulation, constant color changes, bright flashing signals, and so it's almost a survival mechanism to have their iPad now. It's a full-on hardwired addiction to their brain, with a constant urgency to be entertained. Going outside, playing in parks, having picnics, and having social interactions are important parts of growing up and learning. They are the foundational years that set your moral code and your beliefs about the world and other humans. Getting your hands dirty in the mud and being exposed to germs and viruses that build up your
niggas playing with a plastic bag?
immune system is
I ain't never played with that before. I'm not really a big soccer person, but
all part of how your body learns to fight or manage environments. But now this is all starting to change, where kids need their stimulation from their iPad, the flashy games, the Subway Surfers, the Mr. Beast videos, to feel satisfied. And this is just numbing their mind, as the overstimulation takes its toll. You see, developing your imagination is vital to problem solving, and these tools are being replaced with entertainment that numbs this. But the problem only gets so much worse later down the line, as kids are being deprived of more social interaction, community, being outside, reading books. It starts to really take a toll on their mental development.
Go to your happy price line.
Damn, my brain is rot. You see how, like, as soon as there was a break in the video, I just started saying the TikTok shit, bro. Let's all do a social media break, bro. Let's all do no TikTok, no nothing for a month. And let's just all go outside and be bored in nature. Let's all do that, like, for a month. Like, let's just spend 2-3 hours a day just bored in nature, just having, bro, that's when the best random ass conversations come from. That's what niggas be like, bro. Niggas will be sitting at the lunch table if we wasn't yelling about LeBron or WWE, like who had the best finisher, or some shit that happened in class, you know what I'm saying, or doing this shit, you feel me, or doing this shit. Like, I remember when I was in middle school, like, whenever the teacher would say something pause or like sexual, like, somebody would knock, and that would be our thing that we would laugh. So when the teacher would be like, all right, well, you know, today we're gonna put it in, like, on some weird, you know what I'm saying, like middle school shit, be like, niggas would laugh, ha ha ha, all right, class, settle down, like, you feel me, and they never caught on. So it's just like the boredom, I guess, is how you create those type of memories. I don't have no memories, like, I don't have no, like, ooh, wow, memories from me being on my phone. You know, so maybe we should take like 30 days and just go to the park and just be bored. Just hoop. Just play ball. You know, just sit by the trees or by the water and just ask dumbass, stupid ass questions. Like, bro, would you rather be a worm for 30 days? Right? Or would you rather be a dog that has to go through pregnancy? Like, what? What the fuck are you talking about? Bro, just listen. Like, you know, just dumbass shit. Just try it out. No TikTok, no YouTube. Like, if I wasn't doing these videos, I would do that for sure. I would do like a social media fast, which I probably should do anyway, but
the questions is, who are these people raising the next generation of society? Who are the moral teachers guiding our children to the future? Well, it's probably some of the worst people in society teaching your child how to think. You see, YouTube clips advertised as educational for kids have been exposed since ElsaGate. Now, ElsaGate is a name given to clips on YouTube that are presented as child-friendly but are very inappropriate for kids. It's an entire topic on its own. We've actually done a whole video on this, but the fact remains that while parents are allowing kids to use iPads, they are never ensured ensured a safe environment and could be exposed to very unsavory behaviors through what they see as just a cartoon. And so as kids are being taught by these predators, these creeps, some of the worst people in society, while having their brain completely rewired, when they go into the education system, it's becoming a complete disaster. Teachers worldwide are battling to hold their students' attention, and they have taken to TikTok and other platforms to discuss this growing problem. Kids in 8th grade cannot spell a list of words. A simple task like this is a sign of extreme ADHD, which is hardly
to this day I can't spell, so maybe I have ADHD, and I have a good vocabulary. I have a good wide range of vocabulary. Spelling has always been a weak area for me. So, it's just another challenge. Niggas was struggling to get kids in the classroom. You feel me? Niggas was doing gang activity and shit like that. Okay, that's something that niggas had to go through. Now, growing up, all right, you got the iPad. Figure it out. This is the new thing. It's the new challenge. Figure it out. You feel me? The economy's in the fucking shitter. Figure it out. You got ways to make money on the internet. Nigga, figure it out. You feel what I'm saying? GMO. Now we got GMO in the food. Nigga, figure it out. Everybody trying to figure this shit out. COVID. Niggas had to go through COVID. I was cooked, bro. I was on a great schedule, great routine. I was working out. Like, I was getting a little heavy. I was adjusting to, like, sleep and shit. But, you feel me? I was on top of it. COVID hit. No work, no nothing. I was just being a bum. You know what I'm saying? In my room, doing shit to myself I shouldn't have been doing. I had to figure it out. I had to, lock in. Bro, you gotta lock in. You already lock in. Niggas had to lock in. Niggas had to tee up. Niggas had to know Instagram. You know what I'm saying? So it is going to be a problem, and it's just going to be something we got to figure out.
Really the child's fault. The constant social media intake, bright colors, and addiction to their iPad has not only begun their own brain rot, but set them up for failure. They have the belief that they know everything because they take in so much from the content they watch, but in more ways than we can imagine, using social media as their teacher. A teacher who, a few decades ago, would be shunned by society. And so the more these kids are supposedly learning from their iPads, the less they actually know. Already we're living in a world of constant distractions all around us, but can you imagine how dangerous this could be in situations like driving on the road and the collisions and accidents that result from this? Just recently, a truck driver in Tennessee working for a concrete mix company smashed into the car of a single mother of 4. As the driver attempted to turn left out of a subdivision, distracted, he crashed into her head-on, resulting in around $69,000 in medical expenses, and the pre-trial offer was only $70,000. So what do you even do in these sorts of situations? Traditional personal injury law firms often involve burdensome paperwork, time-consuming processes, and costly appointments, making it difficult for victims to get the justice they deserve. And that's why I want to tell you about Morgan & Morgan. After the they in Philadelphia, 40 times the highest insurance offer, and their fee is and much effect on their lives, and if it does, paradox in and of itself, but ultimately what they are learning has no use or effect on their lives, and if it does, it's to their detriment. Knowledge without application is pretty useless, as the focus is now being removed from what is important like life skills, and shifted to internet fluff. And the result is, we've now got 8-year-olds trying to fit into whatever TikTok trend is viral, with no substance to reality, made up by complete weirdos online. So what happens when Generation Alpha then become teenagers, who can not only focus long enough to spell a word, but can't change a tire or even cook? It's the here and now mentality that's breaking the boundaries of learning simple patience and discipline. If you want a movie, download it. Need food, order it. You feel bad? Look at your iPad. Everything is set up now for immediate results, but the real world and achieving your destiny isn't like that at all. You have to learn patience, discipline, and embrace the negative parts of it.
Oh, okay. We gotta introduce them to the old movies. The wax on, wax off. Mr. Miyagi. You gotta Mr. Miyagi.
Life. Without that,
everything starts with talent identification. If you don't have the systems that have captured
a foundation, your life will never have true meaning or substance. In our new world though, reward is expected and not earned, as the brain is now being rewired to get the next dopamine fix to learn anything of value, rather than focusing on the path to getting that reward. This is why playgrounds are emptying out. All hallmarks of imagination and play are being destructed. We are currently watching the youngest generation be desensitized and numbed. And this is really horrific, as it means their dopamine is so fried, they need to constantly up the level to achieve the same sense of fulfillment. And as we're starting to see, this is making content online weirder and weirder, and influencers are becoming more and more deranged, which is a terrifying fact when statistically 66% of Generation Alpha, literally kids, are using iPads and tablets on a regular basis. It's been a build-up of platforms and what they can offer from Facebook, Instagram, and now TikTok. As the platform has mainstreamed our addiction to scrolling reels, we can sit for hours on end, whether it be YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, TikTok clips, one reel to the next, and it's almost like we go on autopilot. Almost everybody is addicted to it in some way. It's impossible not to be. And when we do this, we're never really engaging in any kind of useful activity. And if you ask anyone what they just watched, there is so much intake of information that we don't really take in. Most people couldn't tell you their favorite reel or what they just viewed hours before. TikTok presents short reels, so we don't think of it as time consuming. We deceive ourselves into thinking we will only spend a few minutes watching and scrolling. However, these reels are designed to keep you engaged and scrolling to the next one and the next one. And before you know it, it's 2 AM and your brain is so stimulated by what you just watched and the blue lights radiating from your screen that you can't switch off and go to sleep. Or you just fall asleep because watching reels is making you so exhausted. But on the other side of this pipeline are people making enormous profits from this, as more and more people are starting to realize that if they can add a Subway Surfers clip to some random podcast, they can make bank from brain rot clips. And if it's not garbage brain rot Family Guy clips mixed in with GTA racing, it's some evil challenge like the Blackout Challenge that literally took a few kids' lives. I mean, children are now getting tattoos done to keep up with the trends that are forgotten in just a week. And because everybody wants to jump in on this, everyone thinks this is the new way to get fame, clout, and money, and it's so easy to do that everybody will do anything to be at the front of people's attention for just 15 seconds. And there is no limit to what people will do to get this attention, most of the time completely compromising basic human standards and morals. Or even normal stuff like videoing themselves helping a homeless person, there's never a thought to how that homeless person might feel being filmed. It's always about the appearances and nothing of substance. Something that's very new in 2024 that we haven't seen for most of human history. But there does come a time in everyone's life when we have to finally go out in the real world, find jobs, and start our lives independently. This is what's happening to Generation Z and will soon happen to Generation Alpha. But this is where brain rot content gets really scary. As you see, the more brain rot content you consume, the more handicapped you become to ever actually go out there and make it for yourself. Increasingly, Generation Z and Generation Alpha will have no idea how to be social and how to—
What generation wants to work though? Like, niggas don't want— what generation was like, yeah man, I just want to work? Niggas don't want to work. Especially if they feel like, okay, if I do this thing, maybe I don't have to work. Niggas don't want to work. Maybe we're just less willing to work than the other generation because that's the only thing that they knew was possible. Like, all they have was work. You feel me? Why would somebody want to work? Okay, if I just get this, you know what I'm saying, get this video real quick, I go viral, nigga. Come on, let's go viral. Fuck it, let's go viral. You know, is that better than somebody who don't want to work? Like, okay, I'll work. Fine, I work. Not wanting to work. Don't care about working. Just trying to, like, bro, you know how many times I go to some place where people working? Older generations, 30s and 40s, right? Like, that's generation, what is that, the millennials or whatever? But like, bro, I just don't want to be here, bro. I'm like, hey, how you doing? Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm ready to go. I'm like, oh, okay, what time you get out? 8. It'd be 3:30. I'm like, damn. And bro, I literally went to my school. Literally went to my school last week. And I actually went a week before that, but they was like, oh, your counselor or whatever, he's not here. He'll be back on Monday. He's on vacation. You know, you can call him. I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna call bro on vacation. I'm gonna wait till Monday till he get here. You know, let him enjoy his vacation. Cool, good money, right? I come in, good vibes on Monday. You feel me? Yo, how's everything doing? How's your vacation? He was like, well, you know, I'm back here. I'm already stressed. You know, so you know, you could tell he was holding back. I'm like, damn, like, don't make it seem like other generations wanted to work and niggas didn't want to work. They did not want to work. They understood that they have to work. Nobody wants to work. And you don't want motherfuckers working who don't want to work. Niggas don't want to work. Who wants to work? Niggas don't want to work. You trying to make it seem like this generation don't want to work. No, we see like we don't want to work as well as the old generation or millennials or whatever. But also we see that, okay, if I do this, maybe I don't have to work. If I could just get this video, or if I could make these brain rot TikToks, nigga, or if I could hit this TikTok dance hard as fuck, you feel me? Or I stream, you know what I'm saying? I play this game, I stream, you feel me? Nigga, we may not have to work no more. I'm locked in on that. Every day I'm locked in on that.
to deal with jobs that expect them to work. As we are literally being rewired through these short clips, the rewards aren't earned. Increasingly more people can't hold down a job because they shut down at the first hard task given to them. Problem solving is becoming rarer and rarer. Patience, discipline and drive is being increasingly numbed. If a job doesn't suit people's ideas of what work should be, they quit and move on. And it's an endless cycle, going from one job to another, constantly chasing the dragon of the next big thing, but never being able to actually grow any roots anywhere. And as people's lives become increasingly alienated and lonely, Generation Z and Generation Alpha continually turn to the online world as a form of escape, resorting to what they've grown up with on their phones, laptops or iPads to scroll and find online solutions to earn money without ever actually doing anything.
I think the best thing would be to start with a job.
No.
Yeah, absolutely,
No.
she needs a job.
No.
Thinking that splicing GTA clips with random cuts of the Joe Rogan podcast is actually a business model. Besides the odd fluke, it's a complete pipe dream that has no actual basis in reality. As this becomes more pervasive, it leaves...
I mean, I disagree, bro. Niggas have grinded and, you know, you might have to work for a period of time and whatever to accomplish that and get to that point, but niggas have done it. Niggas have done it. You can't tell me I can't do it when other niggas have done it. Now, I don't know about the GTA clips and shit like that, but niggas have done it, bro. It's possible, bro. That's like saying, oh, you know, starting a business and becoming a CEO or, you know, owning a business is a pipe dream. Like, yeah, I mean, it might be, nigga. Life can be no fairy tale, no once upon a time. But I'll be goddamned if a nigga don't be trying. You feel me? Like, niggas gotta try, bro. If that's what you want, go for it, bro. Why not? Try.
most young adults not equipped to ever build a life for themselves, as people are placing their importance in a fake world that doesn't really exist of online entertainment and random short dopamine hits, failing to learn all the real life skills, morals and standards that come with the very attributes that are being killed off by these algorithms, feeding a continual loop of if you don't like it, you dump it and move on. You can say whatever you want and have no consequences, you can dress like you want and wear the best fashion design clothing, but all of this is eventually working against you as there are real life consequences to this. Through spending so much time scrolling, people are physically changing through brain rot. People are developing neck problems from constantly looking down at their phone screens. Other people's skulls are being dented by constantly wearing headphones in front of their laptops. Instead of getting exercise, people are getting more fat, more depressed and more sick. Psychologically, we are growing numb to the outside world, our dopamine fried, resulting in a lack of interest in doing something that might require patience or anything that opposes what the online brain rot content offers, further pushing us into the world of idiocracy. Even being an introvert is on the rise, not because we're introverted, humans are one of the most social creatures out there, but because we're now being pushed into staying at home and not going out. Statistically, only 20% of people are actually introverts. However, the trend of being an introvert through generation gaps is remarkable. 46% of Generation Z identify as introverts, a massive jump from only 19% of millennials. We're robbing ourselves of real life experiences and trade them in for small moments of entertainment.
Damn. So am I not actually introverted? I feel like I could be both, but do I feel like social media has conformed me to be an introvert when I'm not really introverted? I don't know. Alright, anyway.
Entertainment and brain rot. But the worst and most real effect of brain rot is evident in relationships. You see, partners' interests begin to fade as they spend more time on their phones than in actual relationships. Relationships with parents are more strained as Generation Z and Gen Alpha are almost using another language with the slang that they use. Even when the kids try to explain what the slang means, it still leaves their parents confused and worried about the degradation of their child's communication abilities. Slang like skippity means nothing. It's just a term to say simply, originally coming from a YouTube series called Skibbity Toilet. Now, slang has always been a thing, but now we're literally seeing toddlers turning around to their parents and saying Sigma. Or instead of saying something's gross or bad, literal children are now saying Ohio. The foundation of their language is being built by these random words, becoming part of their normal social language. Now, slang is by far the telltale sign of each generation gap, but the difference is that for the most part, older slang could be explained better, whereas internet slang can't really be explained in full unless you have a basic knowledge of the internet, and in particular TikTok clips. Leaving the older generations frustrated that children are literally learning a completely demented form of English. But overall, it's really just a sign in the breakdown of actual social communications within children. Since everything is now digital, family photos are being replaced with selfies that are so filtered that it's hard to know what age you really are at the time. We remove the wrinkles and the poses are so forced. Everyone's lusting after people that don't really exist.
Dang, this was when she posted. Nah, this shit broke the internet. When she posted this shit, bro, I ain't even gonna lie to you. This shit was fucking crazy, though. I mean, I've seen TikTok filters go crazy, bro. I just open up my TikTok camera. I'm like, why do I look like it? Start off with the. It don't even ask you no more. We like, bro, we ain't even gonna do that. We just gonna start off with the filter. If you don't want it, you could take it off, bro. Let me see something. Let me see if I take a picture right now on TikTok. Let's see if the filter is gonna show up for it. Yeah, flawless skin already. We're just gonna start with that, like.
Exist on Instagram. In 20 years, the photos you show your children will not be authentic or real. The people you love, the people you want to be with, all completely manufactured and fake. Brain rot is something that should bother everybody. If this generation cannot form a sense of discipline now, and not know authentically what is real, how do we teach the next generation what we ourselves do not know? The ripple effect of that alone could be devastating. How many more childhoods have to be lost in the fog of watching endless reels before people realize the true damage of brain rot? Now, of course, there is a flip side to reels and social media. You can learn skills or how to fix something. There is value in seeing things from different points of view, and social media can be great to explore your creativity and artistic attributes. But there's a careful line between this and brain rot. Brain rot is more common than one thinks because there is no control. There is an underlying addiction that isn't being addressed, and like any addiction, it leads to bad consequences. If you go looking for a solution online, get the solution you want, and don't get sucked into scrolling, or you watch a specific video that you were actually looking for, or even at the least just give yourself a time
Look.
scrolling, or you watch a specific.
This is why you will never retire, bro. You see? So niggas is better off just trying to figure out, yo, how could I make this shit work? Work for what? If you don't have work, is gonna be there, nigga. Work is gonna be there. If work is not a means to an end for the life that you want, then keep figuring it out. Like, that's just my opinion. Like, you feel me? Like, work is gonna be there, bro. They're always looking for more slaves. They not gonna stop looking for slaves. You're always gonna have slaves. Yo, we need some more slaves over here. Yo, anybody? Yo, I need more slaves. Quick, more slaves. Like, they're not going nowhere. Trust. Niggas don't want to work. Niggas is not holding down a job, bro. Niggas is not holding down a job. They not going nowhere, bro. If you have a vision and a goal and you're actually working towards something, fuck it, bro. Go all in on that shit.
Specific video that you were actually looking for, or even at the least just give yourself a time limit, it isn't that bad. And social media can be a great thing. You can learn so much from it. But in doing so, principles like discipline are more important than ever, as it keeps you focused on the real important things. The old ways of learning and living life worked well without the internet, and people were happier because of it. Once people start realizing this and the true dangers of brain rot, only then can we reverse some of the consequences happening.